just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your
Crowds are rising, hearts are climbing, green flag waving, no more hiding. Fuel the fire, hit the gas. Another week, another chance, 'cause we race like there's no tomorrow. Speed and pride, we never borrow. Side by side till the sparks fly back. You want the glory, earn your track. From the open laps to the victory lane, we chase the thunder, outrun the rain. Step in time, no turning back. See you on the track. Maximum velocity, racing league. Do you have what it takes to run against the best? Do you have what it takes to run against the best?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to coverage of the Maximum Velocity Racing League Series. This is the CNC Home Designs Truck Series, and after a week off last week, it's time to sling some virtual clay. Eldora Speedway is where we are tonight, and we are excited for an exciting program. Very different than what we usually run. Heat races, consies, the A-Main, the alphabet soup is upon us on Motormouth Broadcasting. Welcome to Virtual Eldora. I'm Wesley Outland. Hamish Monroe is alongside. Jim Cunningham as well as on production too. Hamish, we're ready to sling some clay here at Eldora, man. The Big E is going to be fun tonight. Good evening.
Good evening to you as well, Wesley. Wesley, have you brought a shower with you for me? Because I'm very dirty right now. Standing at trackside. I mean, it's just the amount of dirt that is being flung here tonight is absolutely fantastic. I mean, we've been watching them through practice, looking at the overhead. Luckily for these drivers, the track's going to get reset for qualifying because some of the lines that have been run have kind of set up this track where there's a massive slick patch of rubber being laid down on top of the dirt, which we know how much chaos that can bring at dirt circuits, of course, Wesley. But it's exciting times. It's something different, obviously, for this season. We're 4 rounds in, 4 different winners. Probably the greatest opportunity we're ever going to have to go 5 from 5 is tonight here at Eldora, and it's exciting. I mean, you know, multiple 10-lap heats for the A mains, and then we go to B main for 15 laps, and the 60-lap feature at the end. It's a fun time, and it's a different sort of format that we get to go racing, of course, and when we get to sprinkle these little filthy new formats for us. It's an exciting prospect, and as we can see, you know, track's now reset. Everyone's hopping out there for qualifying, so this means now, hopefully, they've actually learned from their mistakes through practice of where they should be running, learning through practice of where the optimal line is, and learning where they should be running. Hopefully, they've done that because it'll mean they should set up the track better for the heats. But if they haven't learned, well, then the heats could be absolutely chaotic. And it could be fireworks tonight, so we'll have to wait and see.
You're gonna hear us using terms of like ripping the lip, banging off the boards, catfishing, cushion on the bottom. All of those analogies will be used here for the fanatic dirt racing fan. By the way, the last time that the Maximum Velocity Racing League was in action on dirt was last year at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Joshua Monachek was the man that won that event. Right now in qualifying, he is second quick, 17.657, and now he just got bumped to third because Jared Wisham just passed him there. But You got to love the dirt racing world, right? It's completely different than what we've seen all season. This is a half-mile racetrack here at the Eldora Speedway located in Rossburg, Ohio. There will be everything broken down with 45 entries right now. For those that are watching on our list, 45 entries are going to attempt to try to run the race. They'll qualify right now, then they'll go into heat races. There will be 4 heat races. Then, of course, there will be a last chance qualifier. That sets the stage with the top 15 being inverted for the 60-lap A-Main. It's going to be a fun one. Jim, I bring you into the fold, man. You got to love dirt track racing. This is like your favorite Friday, Saturday night dirt slinging clay oval across America,
Man.
And we're doing it on iRacing this evening.
I tell you what, I have picked a many mud globule off my glasses over the years. I'm telling you, if you've been to a dirt track, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I love dirt racing and thrilled to be here at Eldora, owned by the famous Tony Stewart, of course. Bought this place many years ago. I think it was in financial trouble actually at the point when he did buy it.
No, actually, Earl and Bernice Baltz were the original owners, and they weren't in financial trouble. They just wanted to buy the racetrack. Tony Stewart wanted Eldora, and they sold it.
Cool. Yeah, well, I mean, he grew up. Obviously, he's a Indiana native, so and of course, this place hosts the largest dirt late model race yearly with 100,000. Maybe even more than that now. It used to be $100,000 purse for first place, which was massive back in the day. It's called the World. The Dream. There was another one called the World. There's one. Yeah, it's called the Dream.
Oh, Dream. Yeah.
And then of course Tony Stewart used to do his prelude to the Dream, where he would bring a bunch of drivers from all different forms of auto racing, and they would jump in dirt late models and get out there and act a fool. It was a lot of fun. This place has been always I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I'm so excited to be at Eldora, and that's a true story. I mean, I really am thrilled to be here, man.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the format a little bit. I know you talked about. I know, right? That doesn't happen very often. There's a reason this channel is called Motor Mouth. Tell them a little more about the format, because you talked about the heat races and stuff. But the cool thing about the heat races are everybody's going to be inverted for the heat races. So you're going to have your fastest qualifiers coming from the back.
Yeah, there'll be 4. You're exactly right, Jim. There will be 4 10-lap heat races, 14 drivers each. The top 7 will make it into the A-Main, and there is an invert. So basically, if you qualify in the 14th position, then you're going to start on the pole. The man that's the fast qualifier will then start in the 14th position. And I love this strategy because it reminds me a lot of events with passing points. But I know passing points are not in effect here tonight. But honestly, it puts the fastest cars, Hamish, to the back, see if they can rally to the front. And I think it's going to make it really exciting. Those 4 10-lap heat races, top 7 will transfer. Then everyone else will move into 1B main. That should be crazy. The hooligan races, we call it in the dirt racing world.
Yes.
15 laps, 8 drivers only go to the A main. And remember, when they run the 60-lap feature, the top 15 are going to be inverted for the feature race as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to throw a whole heap of spanners in the works, if you will, by having those faster drivers, further back in the field. We see it often with heat racing and in road course racing as well. With, we put the fast drivers further back to see how well they can make it through the field. Normally it ends in a bit of chaos, but dirt racing has its own level of chaos. So I think we'll see how this pans out tonight. For our first heat, though, Michael Kieselbach and Jared Wishon are going to start on the front row, although Jared Wishon is not at the front end. Something's happened here because it's the front.
They apparently this grid is not recognizing the inverted start.
Ah, okay.
Because didn't Jared Wishon?
It should be.
Well, I don't know. Let's see. I don't even see a driver out on track yet.
No, they're all gridding up at the moment in pit road. So the way they're actually lining up in pit road at the moment is Michael Kieselbach, Austin Baird, Riley Laverne, Kyle Stewart, Charles Woods, Ty Stanley, Christopher Howe, Bentley Glazer, Rylan Neese, Thomas Lee, Nathan Carroll, Andrew Wagner. I think what's happened here is, Wesley, is the way that the grid's reading it is it's reading it as how everyone qualified for the heats.
Right.
So it's reading the grid off of where they've actually qualified for the whole heat process.
So
let's see, the way the heats are formed is it's not formed by
and probably guys what they're probably going to do is they're going to slow up, as you see what they're doing right now, and they're going to let the back rows catch up to the front, and those guys are going to tag the back because that would set the lineup to be correct with the top, the invert, as we said, would be. So, and then again, they might just keep it as it is and go straight forward and go green here.
Well, this is going to be our grid, though, for Heat 1 tonight. Michael Kieselbach on pole, but he has dropped to the back of the field. He hasn't actually made the race start at this point. Austin Baird, Riley Laverne, Kyle Stewart, Charles Woods, Ty Stanley, the third row, Chris Howe, Bentley Glazer ahead of Rylan Neese, Thomas Lee with Nathan Carroll and Andrew Wagner at the back end. Kieselbach has not made the rolling start, though, so we'll see if he somehow starts from pit lane. But I doubt he's going to at this point. So I believe the way the heats have been set up is, so how they've actually qualified in qualifying, they then get cherry picked in a certain order to put them into the heats. I don't believe it. It's not top 12 go into the heat. I believe it's every couple of drivers.
So I'll explain that.
Wesley,
green flag is out.
We're slinging dirt.
We're slinging dirt. We're under green. This is heat number 1, 10 laps, and I promise you it'll fly by in a hurry. Riley Laverne with a great launch on everybody. Up in front, slinging, bringing in lap number 1 in the P1 spot as he heads back into 1.
And Laverne has just run away with it at this stage. Already 0.9 of a second over Woods at this point in time. Remembering, this race is going to go by very, very quick. It's only 10 laps for these heat races, so they've got to get a wriggle on. Remembering they've got to be within the top. I believe it was at the top 4, or the top 7, Jim. They've got to be in tonight to move on to the feature. Top 7. Yep. So top 7 to get to the feature tonight. So they've got to get a move on. They don't want to be left at the back.
Tell you what, as much as we intently watch the front runner, keep an eye in the back. That's going to be the transfer spot for sure going on as we see these guys battling. And that, of course, is where Rylan Neese, Austin Baird are at the moment. Nathan Carroll trying to stick his nose into the split. All this is going on. That's the storm brewing to try to get that 7th transfer spot. And they're thinking hard after it, Jim, on the back straightaway. We're 3 wide.
Yeah, this is where the real action's at, right back here. This is where you want to keep the eye on. These guys, they're fighting hard back here to make this transfer spot. You don't want to have to come through the B main.
Down below, that's that 36 there. Bentley Glazer, watch him on the bottom there. All this going on. By the way, Christopher Howell, currently on the racetrack, sitting in the number 6 position. He is the points leader. He is the 2-time winner this year. He won at Echo Park and at Vegas back-to-back. And right now, a solid run for him to transfer, with now 4 to go now. Amish in heat number 1 at Eldora.
It's these laps are going to tick by very, very quickly, and we'll get through these heats very quickly too. But that ups the intensity for these drivers. Nathan Carroll is currently the bottom seed at the moment within this race to go to the transfer. So for Stanley and Glazer. Although Carroll's gone round, that's going to drop him out. Was that Carroll or was that? I think that was Charles Woods. Charles Woods has now gone round caution. Remembering caution laps do not count. So this will extend it a little bit here, Wesley. And what it will mean is drivers can reset. And those drivers at the back end of the transfer, i.e. Glazer, Lee, Baird, Woods, they're all going to get a chance now to try and fight across the final few laps to push themselves into the transfer to the feature.
Confused. They just showed the final lap on the scoring ticker.
No,
I wonder if this might finish under yellow.
No, it can't. Caution laps don't count. So, again, I think that's just the software.
There's a replay as we just saw what happened to the 34 going around. There's laps completed now. They're going to come to the line. This would be lap number 10, but you see the purple Crown Royal entry spinning there.
Yeah,
See where the scoring ticker says
no,
final lap?
Yeah, it'll reset. It should reset. If not, we'll let's see. We can switch to the tower and see what it says. Dirt racing, iRacing.
Showing first caution.
iRacing is not very friendly to scoring and timing stuff, which is why I got a good buddy of mine who does mostly dirt racing, and he is actually working hand in hand right now with iRacing to bring their software up to sending proper stuff for dirt racing. It's not set up for cautions, not counting,
cool.
and he does mostly dirt, so he's been working with Pascal at SDK and with iRacing to, as we're back green again here.
Green, white checker. Green, white checker, 2 to go. Must finish under green flag conditions. As, of course, now Andrew Wagner, Kyle Stewart battling in front is Riley Laverne. Hamish, you'll see the white flag this time by. 1 to go in Heat 1 at Eldora.
Battle brewing here for P7 with Glazer and Stanley fighting for that final transfer spot at this point in time.
They're
The
leaning
race
on each
looks to
other.
be won by Wagner or Laverne. They're battling away. They're leaning on each other here. Glazer gets ahead to P7 now. And up towards the checkered flag they come. Is Glazer going to survive the
Bentley
onslaught?
Glazer.
With Stanley in behind him. Bentley Glazer has made it to the next stage and goes straight to the feature by the skin of his teeth there, Wesley. And I hope for these drivers' sakes they've got a spare toothbrush in their car for post race, because there's definitely some mud being slung straight into their eyes tonight.
All right, let's see.
Well, that was definitely a pretty exciting one. Riley Laverne had a really, really strong truck, never looked back, led flag to flag, top 7 going in to the show for the 60-lap A-Main. And now we're ready to go for heat race number 2, another 10 laps. Kyle Kabash is on the pole. Chris Braley on row number 1. Joshua Fracker, William Kirk, row 2. Brandon Groover, Rod Mitten, row 3. Gordon Spain, Sam Langston on row number 4, Garrett Helmlingler, followed by Jason Clark on the top 10. Keaton Tripp, Jared Wishan will be on the back. Wishan will start in the last position as 7 drivers from this heat will transfer in to the A-Main. This is heat race number 2. Looks like they'll make another lap for preliminaries before we turn them green here, Jim.
Yeah, I love that first race. It was a good opening, pretty clean race. One little caution there, and that was just a simple spin. Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited to see where this one goes. And we got some fast guys in the back of this field back here. We got Keaton Tripp back here starting in like 10th place, and Jared Wishan back here in 11th. This is going to be some interesting action seeing these guys move up through this field.
Should be fun. Lights off of the pace truck, coming down to the pit lane, this time by heat number 2, CNC Home Designs Truck Series for the Maximum Velocity Racing League on Motormouth. And we're green, Hamish. Look at them going 3 wide, 4 wide already on the start of the corner number 1.
Oh, this is
Absolutely
what it's
ridiculous.
all about.
I suppose oh my God, they're 5 wide. 5 wide into turn 3. And I suppose the beauty of this is tonight is we're guaranteed to probably have a different style of race in every single heat we see. And everyone is going to be different. There's never going to be, one or two the exact same. It's all going to be chaos as everyone is scrambling for positions and scrambling to make their way through. Tripp's already up into P2, by the way, as he battles 3 wide through the final quarter. And oh, this is ridiculous, but it's bloody fantastic. I tell you what, Wesley, this is absolutely unreal.
I tell you what, man, people that
experience too. It's based on experience. Watching these guys around the track, no fear. Look at them sticking it 3 and 4 wide. Unbelievable, Jim.
Yeah, people that haven't had a chance to experience this live and in person for yourself, go find a local dirt track. Go support these guys. Go buy you a $10 ticket and sit in the stands and eat dollar hot dogs, man. This is what it's all about right here.
definitely what it's all about. Couple of trucks getting skirmished there. Remember, 7 transfer. They're coming to halfway next time by. We told you these 10-lap beats could be a blur, and they are. Right now, Brandon Groover got the groove going on in the Big E. Got Big Trip behind him. Sean Langton. There is, of course, the battle in the back, and Garrett Helmlinger currently holding on to that position, battling with those guys coming out of turn 4.
Gordon Spain back here sitting
Gordon
in the
Spain
7th
as well.
spot
He's
right
in
now.
the,
yeah, he's
exactly, Jim. And
he's a
right
super
now,
speedway
he's
guy.
Strong. I mean, he is, and he's sitting back here, and he's sitting back, and he's like, "Why is this track so slippery?" And he's just been doored up to the wall by the 44. He's got to be careful with Rod Mitten and Fracker trying to chase them down as well. Gets past Helmlinger, so that gives Spain some buffer now. With 3 to go here in heat number 2. Mitten wants to try and sneak his way forward. He doesn't want to have to go through a second race to try and make the feature here tonight. If you can lock yourself in early, it means you can walk away, get yourself a drink, and get yourself prepped for the 60-lap feature at the end.
Phenomenal job on these guys, too, man. They're coming off the corner now. Pete Tripp holding on to that top position. Here he comes. Leaders working the white flag. Man. 1 more lap to go. Truck slamming into the wall. Look out. Hold on to it as they work and race their way into that final transfer spot. All the while, Pete and Tripp up in front. The battle going on. Helmlinger and Mitten battling. Checkered flag. Andrew Wagner, the transfer spot up ahead at the line. Give it to Garrett Helmlinger for 7th.
Gordon Spain managed to hit the wall, ride the wall, and finish in 6th spot. Oh, man.
In my opinion, guys, and I've been covering dirt racing on iRacing for a number of years, probably one of the best heat races I've ever seen on dirt. To watch these guys going 5 wide, they were spinning like they were in the funny papers during practice. I was really concerned. These guys did a phenomenal job. Big kudos for heat number 2.
Yeah, that was good fun right there. All right, let's see.
And that's just half of the heats. We're getting ready now for heat race number 3. They will be getting ready to grid for another 10 laps. Again, the top 7 go to the A-main. And I believe, Hamish, you got the lineup as they're gridded.
Oh, did we lose him?
Hamish, are you there, buddy?
Well, you go ahead and take this one.
Okay, starting lineup for heat race number 3. John Schallenbachler will be on the pole. Billy Bumgarner will make up row number 1. It's going to be Brad Slagle, followed by Justin Ritchie on row number 2. Jack Watts, along with Justin Michael, row 3, field gridding, and they're on the course behind the pace truck. Krishan Elliott and Rob Haynes make up row number 4. Greg Mall, James Lehman, last year's champion in the Bandit, number 50, and Austin Wagner will tag the back for 419 in the 11th position. 11 trucks, top 7 go to the A-main. Everybody else goes to that last chance qualifier, that hooligan race. 15 laps where only 8 drivers will make the A-main. And Jim will be ready to come to green next time by. Should be a good one.
Yeah, this is heating up right here, man. You got last year's champion. You got Wagner back there, who's fast. Greg Mall, going to be really interesting. It seems like these fast guys get to the front extremely quick in these dirt races, man. Skill has, experience and skill has so much to do with this.
To come to the line. You got your Candyman in the Mobile One oil machine on the front row. Green is out. Storming up the middle, looking like Dale Earnhardt Sr. on dirt. Look at the black number 3. Goodrich. That's Justin Ritchie. He'll go to the lead in lap number 1 and 3 and 4.
Yeah, look at them here. They're spreading out here. Not quite 5 wide like the last one, but they are, they're off to a really clean start here. This is going to be a fast heat race.
Been loving the job that these guys are doing right now. Everybody just being flawless, working around this new atmosphere that is Eldora. And I promise you, we mentioned obviously Joshua Monacek. He's in the next heat race coming up. But he won Charlotte. Charlotte is nothing like Eldora.
No.
Gets it off the wall. Billy Bumgardner into the fence. Hold on to it. Slicing, dicing. Working from the top to the bottom. We call that the crossover. And the slider out of turn 4 at Eldora.
I tell you what, you know what's funny is you don't see, there's some guys up there riding the cushion right now, but it seems like some of the faster guys are able to get around in that middle line right now because it hadn't rubbered in yet.
As they work again across the stripe. Halfway home now. Next time by, Justin Ritchie, the black Goodrich number 3, stormed out in front, pin up the middle on the green flag, like the parting of the Red Seas that would make the Philistine and the Pharisees blush. Coming to the line, 5 in, 5 to go, sideways, dirt tracking it if you will. What a save, Rob Haynes. Transfer spot up for grabs. Billy Bumgardner, great ball. Rob Haynes, all going at it as we are in the wall again, Billy Bumgardner.
I tell you what, man, Billy Bumgardner, if that name don't sound like a dirt track racer, I don't know what does. He's struggling right now a little bit, but I'm telling you, man.
That man has chew tobacco in his gums and in his cheeks, and he's one side's full of tobacco, the other side's just full of a piece of dirt that he picked up off the track, so he feels one.
Oh
with
no,
the
that's
circuit.
going to be a big hit right
actually
there.
blew the 199.
That's going to be a caution. That's going to be a caution right there.
96. Krishan Elliott bouncing off the 5 of Bumgardner. And the caution is not out yet.
Oh, okay.
They're still racing. We stay green. 2 to go.
Oh, look at this battle up here for the lead.
Ritchie in front. Battle for the lead, though. Justin Michael's there.
It must be said, the 5 was all over the road then. He was really struggling tonight, and he's going to have a tough time in the B main as we get to the white flag. 1 to go here, Wes, as we push on.
Final time.
Yep, final time.
And what a battle. Justin Michael powering on the inside. Justin Ritchie trying to get it back. The battle of the black machines cannot get there. Your truck there, Jimbo, wins heat number 3. Daniel Defense, number 87, Toyota, Justin Michael will win heat number 3. And it will be Brad Slagle in the 52 Chevrolet, that green machine, to transfer in to the A main in position number 7.
Krishan Elliott missed.
Apologize as well before. Yeah. I do apologize.
You
before
apologize,
as well.
Hamish? What happened?
Well, my power dropped out before.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a fun time. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're actually,
it
I
dropped,
want to
and then I'm like,
apologize
that's
to everybody
Brian.
watching because we're stepping all over each other, and I think it's because we're coming from all over the world and right now, and so we're not hearing each other. There's a bit of a delay, and we're kind of walking all over each other a little bit. We apologize for that, but we'll work our way through it.
It is hectic though. It is hectic though, Jim.
Well, that's what I was saying. It's so fast action in these heat races, man. I mean, it's just little quick bumps and we move it on to the next thing. It's so exciting. I love it.
Speaking of that,
Hamish.
we're ready for the final heat race. Heat number 4. Hamish, you got the lineup now for the final 10-lapper of the heat races.
Zach Groover starting on pole alongside Jordan Nees with Chris Hagee alongside Michael Milfeld, Heath Smith, Dakota Floyd ahead of Tommy Cook, Parker Donaldson, the Welshman. He should do well tonight. He's used to driving on wet leaves and mud from Wales. Rob Martin, Scott Sanderson, and Joshua Motorchek at the back end of the field for this one. Final heat race. It's going to be intense as the pace truck will look to come in. The green flag will look to drop for them. And the final time, we're going to throw drivers to the feature before we head to the second chance qualifier for the B main second heat to come up. It'll be 15 laps for that second heat race, of course. Go green. It is maximum intensity, maximum dirt slinging here at Eldora. Final heat underway.
as it looked like
there they
maybe
go.
Zachary Gruber did not get the start he needed, really did not fire.
Oh,
The
we got him
outside lane
sideways
really
and
took
wrecking.
off. Look
They're
at the Gagler
wrecking.
traffic, and we got trouble. They're wrecking down at the bottom of the racetrack. The 25 is the man that got pieced into it. Another host of other trucks get collected. And Scott Sanderson, Christopher Heige, and Zachary Gruber. Zachary Gruber looked like he struggled, Jim, right out of the gate, and they're not going to throw caution. We stay green. Wreck is cleared. We race on with 9. Make it 8 to go out of 4.
They're just throwing caution to the wind is what they're doing. Oh, my God. Whoever, somebody just hit
Race
the
leader
wall.
into the wall.
hard.
Yeah, that was Jordan Nees. He was the race leader. And he's had to tail back to pits.
Now the
That's his
caution's
race
out.
done. Caution's
There it
out.
is. I mean, I can't lie. I know this is
What a hit.
hectic, but they probably should have been a caution on that first incident. Really, there was 3 cars involved, and 2 of them came to a stop on the track. So, you know,
So I believe they're actually having to
Jim,
call
yes.
the cautions manually.
yeah, they
I
probably
don't think
are.
auto cautions are working correct. Yeah, because I don't think they actually work correctly for dirt. So they're having to call them manually, which would explain why we didn't get one in the last race. Because of course James Lehman was racing and he's in there at the moment having to call the cautions. So it might mean that we don't actually get a caution in the final race unless he's able to quickly throw it whilst he's driving. So
No, I'm sure they got somebody who won't make the race. That'll be.
yeah, they'll elect someone who will be, you know, chief safety car caller if we get a yellow flag opportunity. So
Yeah, iRacing really does need to work on their dirt stuff, and to be fair, they're trying to get it better, and you know, because this is, you know, it really, I forgot how much fun dirt was. It makes me want to go back and drive dirt, you know, in iRacing a little bit more just to have some fun with them again. But of course, I say that every week, no matter where I'm at. I go to a track and then I'm like, I forgot how much fun this track was. I want to drive it.
yeah. And then you turn around and you go race
Right.
Le Mans Ultimate at Circuit Paul Ricard or something, you know.
Yeah, well, no, not Paul Ricard, but I haven't raced there yet, actually. All right, we're coming back to the green here.
Final heat race. Again, 5 completed, 5 to go. With now Heath Smith and that Toyota number 1, the Skull Bandit colors from back in the day, the Skull colors, ready to bring them to the green. By the way, all-time starter of Maximum Velocity, career start 127 for the man that's got 7 career wins. Back to green at the Big E. 5 to go, 5 completed, and we're 3 wide. Look at the launch for Smith on the top shelf there for the restart there, Hamish.
Oh, look at
It was a great
85.
restart from him, the 85 on the bottom line, though. Oh, man.
He's working that
He
bottom.
has
Look,
got
look
just
at
a
him.
great- He is. And we spoke about it
Slide job
pre-race,
on the
Jim,
one.
how important that bottom line was going to be. Slide jobs him, can't quite
Oh.
stay ahead. Look at the Gorilla Glue car there. The one's in the wall off a knock from the 85. And with 6 to go, it is as intense as you could like it.
Joshua Monacek in the lead. Remember, he won at the dirt track at Charlotte last year. And there are fans in the chat box rooting him on. But here comes the Gorilla Glue. 57, Dakota Floyd, hot on his heels, down to the inside. Look at that battle behind them. Going on with Monacek and Heath and Milfeld. Happening now. 4 to go, and they come to the line now, Jim, in the turn 3.
Yeah, this is. I'm sorry, I was so caught up in watching the action, I forgot to talk. Oh man, I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
Fine.
I am.
Keep
I'm
an
on the
eye on
edge
Tommy
of my
Cook,
seat.
by the way, the 200. Down to the inside of Milfeld. There's the transfer spot. Parker Donaldson. He's in 7th. Meanwhile, Hamish, here they come to the line. 4 or 5 trucks, single file. The conductor leading the way. Joshua Monacek gone. Everyone else, the caboose spot. James Lehman, Rob Martin, last year's champion, battling there. Parker Donaldson, Lehman's in another race. All this going on with this crazy time and scoring to keep up with. They're coming to the line, and we're 2 to go.
Yeah, need 2 to go here at the Big E for the final heat race of the evening. And Motorcheck has checked out 1.7 seconds over Dakota Floyd at this point in time. They're still running too wide, though, and it's kind of petered out and settled down a little bit now. Oh, as I say, that bit of contact with the 1. And the 200 and the Gorilla Glue car's become unstuck, and he's gone round. And down at turn 1. Bit of contact on the rear.
Towed.
And that is, yeah, he towed. So that's going to give...
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Wait, what?
They're going to say the race is over, guys. Yeah, they're going to give the win to Joshua Monachek. Monachek's going to win heat number 4.
All right, guys, I need to.
He sure will.
We're gonna throw up the while they're doing a warm up. We're gonna throw up the little advertisement there, and I am going to take care of resetting some software here and see if I can correct some one of these issues I'm having.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your
Crowds are rising, hearts are climbing, green flag waving, no more hiding. Fuel the fire, hit the gas. Another week, another chance, 'cause we race like there's no tomorrow. Speed and pride, we never borrow. Side by side till the sparks fly back. You want the glory, earn your track. From the open laps to the victory lane, we chase the thunder, outrun the rain. Strap in tight, no turning back. See you on the track. Maximum velocity, racing league. Do you have what it takes to run against the best? Do you have what it takes to run against the best?
Back here at Eldora Speedway, and welcome back to coverage on Motormouth Broadcasting. This is a warm-up, what they would call in dirt racing a hot lap session, ongoing for the drivers that are now getting ready for the B main. Of course, Jim Cunningham, Hamish Monroe, I'm Leslie Outland, and we made some things going on behind the scenes. Hopefully that will fix the enhancement of the broadcast. Hamish, Jim, what great heat races we saw. I still think heat number 2 takes the cake,
Oh,
no
my
doubt
God.
about it.
5 wide, going into turn 1. I mean, that was insane.
I mean, I would say that apart from my power going out for a moment, race 2 was, heat 2 was definitely the pick of the bunch for sure. It was definitely, the racing that we saw in that one, especially at the start, where it was just all hands on deck, trying to pick up anything they could. It was complete intensity, and going in now to the B main for 15 laps after this warm up, and then into the feature. Wait, hang on, have we skipped the B main?
No.
We've skipped the B main. We're going straight to the feature.
Oh, did they figure out how to do that? Okay, well, they came in earlier and said that we had enough trucks that we could skip the B main, but they didn't think they were going to be able to do it. So maybe, according to the session, we have skipped the B main, and this is actually, well, if this is the warm-up and they're getting the track ready for the feature, they are destroying the high line. They are destroying the cushion right now.
They are destroying the circuit, and it's going to make the next 60 laps of this feature race, Wesley, very, very interesting
Well,
in how
I'll tell you what it's gonna
how the
make.
track development cycle is going to be, and
It's going to make Josh Monachek have a huge advantage, because that guy runs the bottom like he knows what he's doing. So he's up there running the cushion right now. He's trying to groove in the cushion. You can see what he's doing. But some of these guys are just stepping all over the cushion up there and just destroying it. So that bottom line is, I think, going to be the way to get around here fast, because you're going to have so many trucks up here sliding up into the wall, and and you know, and just getting in the way up there. That the guy who can get his truck turning on the bottom is going to have a huge advantage here, I think.
Yeah,
By the way,
agree.
and remember, Joshua Monachek won the dirt track at Charlotte whenever they ran on dirt last year for Maximum Velocity. So the guy's got credentials. He knows how to get it done. So we'll see what happens. But I'll be honest, though, Hamish, I think there's some dark horses in the field, man. Look at the strong run Justin Ritchie had. He went 3 wide right up the middle in heat number 3 and just drove out to the front, battling there. He's got a strong truck. I think there's a lot of good heavy hitters in this race. I think it's going to make it very, very exciting as the warm-up hot lap session is about to come to a close. And ladies and gentlemen, there will not be a B-main. There is the 60-lap feature only, and it is about to go green right now here at Eldora.
Let's see, is this thing going to give it to us right? No, it is not, is it?
It is. That's correct.
Is it? Austin Wagner?
That's correct. Austin Wagner on the front row.
Okay. All right, good.
In that 419 Motorsports entry, he's on the pole. Sean Langton to the outside of him on row 1 for the Orange 40. Row number 2 on the grid. We'll find the driver in row number 2.
You should
When
probably
they
use your
update it,
time
there
in
it
the
is.
store.
Rylan Neese for 419 in the P3 machine. And then, of course, Tommy Cook in the 200 will start in the number 4 position. Row number 3 on the grid will find the drivers of last year's champion and a winner this year. He won at Vegas. James Lehman to the outside. Jared Wisham in the number 17 machine. He'll start 6. Row number 4 will find another orange entry number 10 Chevrolet of Kyle Stewart, and then the Gorilla Tape Dakota Floyd. He'll start 8th. Top 10 on the grid here at Eldora. There, Hamish will find the 9th place starter. There he is, Justin Ritchie in the Good Wrench number 3, and Brandon Groover in the 41 Chevrolet. He'll start outside row 5.
So our 6th row of the grid, we find Riley Laverne and Joshua Motorchek starting alongside each other. As then back to Justin Michael and Keaton Tripp for the 7th row of the grid as well. To row 8, we will find ourselves with Andrew Wagner and Heath Smith alongside each other. Nathan Carroll and Jackson Clark will then make up the 9th row. And to the 10th row, Wesley will find Jack Watts and Michael Milfelt Jr. making up our top 20.
Moving on to row number 11, Christopher Howell, 2-time winner this year. Gordon Spain to the outside as well. He'll start into that 22nd position. Row 12 on the grid, Greg Mall and Rob Martin. He'll start 24th.
No comment about shitty coolers?
Continuing. Yeah, no, in the shitty coolers entry. Yeah, Bentley Glazer and Garrett Helmlinger will be ready to roll as well. All these other drivers continuing on with the lineup finds Brad Slagle, as well as the other machines in the back of the lineup. There you see him. The field is rolling.
You got Ty
By the way,
Stanley
that's Parker Donaldson, Rod Mitten,
Yep.
Ty Stanley, all these guys in the back. So remember, normally in dirt track racing, they only start 24 to 28 entries. Here in Maximum Velocity, they're going to start them all. And this is going to be a pretty crazy start when 43 trucks on a half mile go to racing here at Eldora, Jim. My goodness, this is when the chaos is going to begin here.
Yeah, the chaos is coming for sure. This is going to be quite entertaining. All right, let's see.
And sorry, just to quickly correct you here, Wesley. Chris Howe, yet to actually take a race win this season. Has not won a race just yet. We've had 4 different winners this season across the first 4 rounds. We could go 5 from 5 here in Eldora.
Two-time pole winner. Two-time pole
two-time
winner.
pole
My
winner. There we go.
apologies. I looked at it. Normally they put pole before winner, but your series puts winner before pole on Sim Racer Hub. So, yeah. There's been 4 different winners in 4 races. Christopher Howell has had 2 poles. Gordon Spain with 1. Justin Michael with 1. And now add to the mix the number 42 after the invert. If you want to be honest, Laverne would probably be the pole man. But they inverted everybody. My goodness, this is going to be crazy. 60 laps 43 trucks ready to roll here at Virtual Eldora. We're green coming to the line here in the Big E. And listen to that rumble as the trucks thunder down into corner number 3 and 4. 3 wide for third. To the line. Give Sean Langton the opening lap. 59 to go there, Hamish.
Well, you know, one and done for the first lap here, and it's already a caution tonight. Everyone is scrambling at the beginning point of this race, and yellow flag's already out. I mean, it is just a gaggle of cars out there, Jim.
Yeah,
I was watching the line; they're almost head to tail.
Yeah, you've got 43 cars on a half-mile dirt track is pretty insane. Not something that you would normally see, but it's I have to say it's really cool. It's awesome. These were two guys that spun there, brought out the caution.
And that's the 34 and the 56 going around right there to put us under the yellow flag. That's William, obviously Charles Woods, Joshua Fracker. William Kirk, I think, got a piece of it as well, but he's able to continue.
Yeah, I think
yellow flag is out, 3 in of 60.
Yep, and again, a reminder to everyone, the caution laps do not count. So we're going to put 60 green flag laps in tonight.
Oh, you know, we could be here for a while. Let's be real.
They'll get
because
it
caution
sorted
laps
out.
don't count. They will get it sorted out. There is a slim chance and possibility that we're here all night because we keep on getting a caution. But
Nah, they'll be fine.
you know, you never know. We'll see how long it takes us to get up to lap 10. I think they will.
I'm not going to lie to you. This thing's going by faster than I thought it would already. I have to say, I thought the heat races would take longer than they did, and we absolutely blitzed through those things, you know.
Very fast heat races indeed. Pace truck onto the pit lane. Here comes now the field. Back to the restart zone, and remember, the leader gets to fire first. Langton over Wagner and Nice. Cook, Wishon right there in the top 5. Back to green. The smart thing to do here, guys, is to just get a rhythm, ride and drive, get to at least lap 20, 25, and then maybe start being a little more aggressive before you get to halfway. Knock off some laps. I know 60 laps for our audience doesn't seem like a lot, but in the dirt racing world, that's half the distance of the World 100 or the Dirt Late Model Dream that they run in its entirety.
Right, and those are marathon events in the dirt world. A 50-lap feature is a huge race. I mean, huge.
Well, I was going to say 40, 50-lap races are a cakewalk for the dirt racing world. When you run 100 laps, that's the long grind of races.
Yes, no, absolutely, 100%. I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, that's what they standard run. 40, 50-lap features is your regular late model races and stuff like that. But yeah, 100 laps. That's a big race. We got a caution. Yeah, we got.
Yeah, we got a massive wreck down at turn 3,
What was
4.
that? Can you say it again?
Multiple cars have been spun around down there.
What was that?
I said we got a. I'll send in the Morse code to let you know the caution was out. Multiple drivers have been involved in this one down here, including, it appears, Gordon Spain and the 88 of Howell as well.
I think. Well, there was. Actually, Spain got caught up. That wasn't actually his initial accident, I don't believe. No, it was the 88
No, it was a slide job from the 44.
Yeah.
And slide job from the 44. But there's more than that, though, Jim. There's probably about 10 more cars that then get spun round up in front of them. I mean, it's just absolute chaos down there.
That's normal for a dirt track, though.
Yeah.
They'll just pin the fenders back on and keep going. Good
Now,
stuff.
I know this is very unlikely, obviously. We're running 100% tank capacity for this reason.
Yes.
What happens if we get enough cautions that we're actually going to run out of fuel and not make it to the end?
That won't happen, but in the event it
I think they'll have
did,
enough to go in the tank for that, man.
I know it won't.
Yeah.
if that were to happen, then everybody would they would all come in and get fuel. They would just let them come into the pit area and get fuel, but that's not going to happen. These trucks with 100% fuel in them could run 200 laps here. You know, so I don't see that as happening. That is a good-looking chrome, shiny truck right there, the 25. And as we all know, I like a good-looking livery. I need to check that one out.
Just for Haggis who
Looks
we're
like a dirty
referring
shovel
to.
right now.
Yeah.
Good old boys outdoors on the hood of that truck.
There it is. Oh, we're back green. Holy cow. I missed that.
Back at the racing. And look at this battle for the lead up in front. By the way, something else we didn't really talk on as well, guys. They don't have a fast repair. Second, third, fourth, getting sideways, going around goes Tommy Cook, and it stacks behind them.
They were still
Dakota Floyd,
They were still wrecking.
Jared Wishon, everybody on the binders, cautions out.
The pace truck just drove through pit lane.
Oh, yeah,
he didn't even stop.
No, he just kept going.
He saw him wrecking and he's like, well, I'm back out there then, let's go.
Oh, there goes my shiny 25 truck. Got all beat to heck. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Was in another part of the racetrack, guys. That was in another part of the course. There was another that we saw what happened in turn one.
Well, this is what
and then there was another
brought
wreck.
The caution.
Yeah, that was the last wreck. This is the previous caution right here. Yeah, that was the previous caution. This is a new caution right here. Look at this. Wow.
Yeah, no, I was showing this caution. This is the one I was showing. It was just I showed a different part of it down here. These are guys that later got mixed up after the initial. Yeah, see. Oh, man.
Yeah, this was in turn 3 and 4 on the backstretch in turn 3. The Tommy Cook spin happened in turn 1 with obviously those other guys that got collected in it. Wow. So basically 2 different ends of the spectrum accidents happening.
So, all right, let's see. So this is.
By the way, I'll be honest with you guys, even when the NASCAR trucks raced at Eldora, they didn't start 43.
No.
They only started 36. That was it.
So, yeah, this is.
Here's your replay of what happened up in the front.
Yeah.
About to go green, by the way, as race leaders are just coming round. So
They're not wasting any time. I'll give them that. Well, there's no
They're
pit
not.
stop, so the cautions
No.
are going to fly through. So.
And remember, the race director has the discretion also to. The race director has the discretion also to make the cautions be longer or faster as well, so we can see quickie yellows, if you will, Hamish, on the back straightaway. Look at this battle now for 6th. Tommy Cook, James Lehman, Dakota Floyd, Pete Tripp, they're all there.
they're all there and they're all fighting hard at this point. And we got another caution out there.
Zachary Groover in trouble.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's in 38th position, and he just got involved in another accident. Watch this. Right there, bam.
Oh.
Also tagged with the 34 truck also. And then, of course, that is the driver of Charles Woods. Another yellow flag.
Yeah, this is, well, they're piling up. There's no doubt about that. Until we get a few of these trucks that are damaged and off the track, it's gonna be that way for a little bit. But we're starting to pile them up in pit road. I think it's probably worth mentioning who is on pit road or out of the race already at this point.
Look at the scoring
what we've
ticker up
seen,
ahead. Remember,
I was going to say, from what we've seen thus far, I think, what we're going to see is, Jim, is everyone's going to be kind of just trying to stay clean as long as they can. And the more trucks that we lose, the better it will turn out for them, because it'll mean that we'll finally get longer green runs, because there'll be less of them that can pile into each other. Of course.
Like I said, it'll sort itself. Yep.
Jim and Hamish right now. John Schauenbacher on pit road. Charles Woods, Austin Baird, Kyle Stewart, Chris Braley, Rob Haynes, William Kirk, Captain Kirk, and Bentley Glazer. Just some of the names of the guys. So from 35th on back, they've been onto the pit lane for service or out, as we'll get ready to re-rack them, restack them, and turn them loose for another restart here, as they have 9 laps completed of 60. Pace truck back onto the pit lane. Here he comes. Langton, Nice front row, ready to bring it to the green. Langton chooses outside. As the fast leader, he has the discretion to go inside or outside. He will look at Joshua Monacek, Charlotte winner. He's in his own little world, driving every lane different than everyone else there, Hamish. And we're 3 wide as they work in 4.
We're 3 wide, we're 4 wide. Hell, we may even be 5 wide further back in the field, but everyone is pushing hard at this stage. He's trying to say anything. His little bump there to Lehman off the JBL entry ahead of him. And everyone's getting unglued and unstuck as the 57 tries to bang doors with Keaton Tripp on the way through. It's all happening, and it's massive pressure for everyone on the road tonight, just to try and perform, Jim, just to try and stay clean and ultimately survive. Because if you survive the first 50% of this race, more than likely you're going to make it to the end. Or if you have an incident early, your night's going to be over early. And that's the pressure that's on the plates tonight.
Yeah, I think we see a lot of dirt out there. I thought we had another wreck. I think one of the things you got to do is what Monacek's doing here. You got to figure out a way to move your way up to the front. Moving your way up to the front in these fields keeps you out of trouble. If you can get up in the top 10, 12 cars, it's your best chance of staying out of trouble, because most of the incidents are going to happen. We definitely got some action going on now, and we got a caution.
Justin Michael's just gone round. Your favourite truck, Jim, of Justin Michael has just spun it at turn 1, 2. Don't know if it was worth a caution. From what I've just seen.
I don't think he was the only one.
He's gone around, but he hasn't really.
Yeah, we'll see.
Justin Michael, one of the heat race winners there, getting tagged. No, I think that was smart, Hamish, to throw the yellow, because when he got hit up on the top of the racetrack, up in the cushion, and then when he dropped down and spun into the front and the inside of the racetrack at the berm, the smart thing was to throw that yellow flag. Zachary Gruber with a problem again as well.
Yeah, you also had this going on at the exact same time, too. So this is a replay of Briley driving around the bottom of the track there and tore up. So that was all at the same time.
Yeah.
What happened with Zachary Gruber?
Chris Braley. Yeah, he was involved in the last caution also. Yeah. So actually, Chris Braley, Zachary Gruber, Justin Michael, all involved in an accident in some shape or form.
Yeah.
Just a moment to go on lap number 16 of the race.
I'll tell you what,
we're about to be 1/3 of the way through, guys. What are you thinking?
Last year's winner's creeping his way up to the front. He's sitting there in 3rd place right now. You got some fast guys that are working their way up through this field.
I mean, not just that. I mean, ultimately tonight, right? Anyone can win this race. This is the sort of event where
I disagree. 100%.
The factor of skill versus luck. Yeah,
there's
skill
no
versus luck.
There's no luck here.
Is a lot more on the luck side.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. 100%.
I think there's definitely a heavy level of skill, but I think there's also a heavy level of luck, because you have to, obviously, the drivers around you need to try and have a good level of skill as well to not have an incident with you. So there is some luck in that, because there's only so much you can do to try and avoid an incident if one's going to happen. So I think there is still going to be a big form of luck tonight.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, there is a certain
Well, I
level.
think, I mean, oh, look out, guys. We got trouble. The 40's around.
And
Yep.
Toad.
Well, there it is right there. Perfect example.
Wow.
A car that's been running at the front all race gets turned by someone. That's just that's a piece of poor luck right there because he's running, he gets loose, and then he just hooks up on the front of the other car. So that's a piece of bad luck of a moment which he's just.
I mean,
he's just lost the
you
truck
know,
and he
I don't
hasn't
know.
really had a chance to try and catch it
throwing
again.
the word like luck around at a race like this is just because it's chaotic. That doesn't. I don't know. Like I said, I've been around dirt racing my whole life. There's a reason that the same guys run up front every week. There's a high level of skill in this type of racing. There's a reason that Josh Monacek won last year, and he's sitting in second place right now.
I agree.
I just, sure, other people can take you out, yes. But if you go back and look at that crash that just happened, that was actually on him. He was running up front. He got loose. He wiggled, and the other truck got into him. Had he not gotten loose, that doesn't happen. But again, I guess I'm probably sounding a bit defensive there, only because I just don't want to sell these guys short because it's dirt racing and it's not oval racing. There's an incredible amount of skill in driving these cars.
I'm not trying to sell them short at all. Yeah, I'm not trying to sell them short at all. I'm trying to bring the realistic thought of it takes a heap of skill, no doubt about it, right? A lot of driving skill, Wesley, for these guys to be able to run at the front. Ultimately, you cannot control what another driver's going to do. So there is a level of gambling in there and a level of luck that you can trust them not to have an issue with you or have an issue of their own, which then can catch you out and take you out of this race. It's not necessarily a driver's luck, but it's the pot luck. You're hoping the pot luck's going to settle for you as we get ready to go green once again.
Definitely a talented caliber of people that have to learn how to drive on dirt. I can tell you, it takes a unique person to be able to sling it in dirt. The pavement. Normally, I will tell you, the most talented people that I've seen drive on dirt can excel in pavement. Look
Absolutely.
at Tony Stewart. Look at Jeff Gordon.
Yep.
Look at Christopher Bell. Look at guys
Kyle
like
Larson.
that. Right?
Kyle Larson.
So, you name it. If you can run on dirt, you
Casey
can really
Kane.
excel in the pavement. Kyle Larson, Young Money as well. And we're ready to watch what these guys can do. Joshua Monacek on the inside. Bottles now. Austin Wagner. James Lehman up in the mix. Rylan Neese as they close in on lap number 20 coming to the line. But yeah, a lot of talented names that Jim and I just mentioned. They can get it done. And you got to have a mindset to run on the dirt. Now, yes, for Hamish's point,
Yeah,
you
he-
got to have luck on your side.
Yeah.
I think you got to have luck in anything motorsports, guys, you do.
I agree.
But you got to have talent, and we're seeing the top shoes of maximum velocity sling the clay up in the front at Eldora right now.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, and I didn't. We got another caution. Oh, I'm still. Yeah, we got another caution here. That was on me, guys. I forgot to reset the.
Yeah, another yellow flag, guys. Got a yellow flag. Joshua Fracker and Kyle Stewart have wrecked. Fracker and Stewart putting us under the yellow flag on lap number 20 of the race, by the way.
Now,
So just to confirm for you, there's actually there's a good comment out there which is a better saying for it, Jim, instead of luck for you. Good fortune. I have good fortune on the road.
So I guess, and I apologize. I guess what I initially took the wrong way was that you said that anybody could win this race, and that it was, that it hinged so much on luck. Anybody can't win this race. There's 25 guys out here that have no shot at winning this race right now, and they know it. They're just trying to survive and come out of here with points. There's 15 to 20 guys out here that have the skill.
Okay.
So that's what I took offense to initially.
Maybe not everybody. Okay.
Yeah. So that's
okay.
so
Maybe
I
not
apologize.
everybody, but maybe anybody could. Yeah, maybe not everybody, but maybe anybody could. When we head back to green, by the way, we're getting set up for a restart with 2 wide.
So you get me all. I get all defensive, and then I forget to turn the cameras back on for people. All right. I got my dirt ass up on my shoulders. I apologize. I love these boys, man, and I was defending them. You know, I love these guys that can race dirt, man. I got so much respect for these guys. They do this out of love, man. The guys that go out and do this week in and week out, there ain't no money in this for those guys. Well, I tell you what, Monachek.
Back in their way, green flag. Remember the Sky One Charlotte, as we mentioned last time they ran the dirt for the Maximum Velocity Racing League, and now Eldora, nothing like Charlotte in size and configuration, in the way that you drive it. All this happening now as they work in lap number 21 of 60. Quickly trying to get to halfway, we begin to trim the fat. There's another dirt terminology saying we'll get down to the best drivers here to go at it at the end, and another caution out as they were about to stick them 3 wide, about 2 or 3 rows deep on the back straightaway. Caution out.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's one of the same drivers, which he's struggling a little bit. Oh, well, he got struggled. Got a little help there. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, that's the number 27, guys, that's out there on the race track. That's the driver of Zachary Groover, and it feels like Hamish, we've mentioned his name numerous times. Here's another thing to think about as well to our audience watching on Motormouth. Normally in dirt racing, and we're not doing it for this race series per se, Jim and Hamish, but in dirt racing, there is a 3-spin rule. A lot of the races that I announce for World Racing Group with the World of Outlaws or Dirt Car,
right?
If you're involved in 2 spins or accidents on your own, you're going to the trailer. Yep. You're out. If you're involved in 3 accidents, 2 not your fault, then one you are involved in, normally it's 2 unassisted, 3 would help.
That's right.
But if that happens, normally you go to the trailer. You're out. They don't do that here.
No.
And
no,
obviously,
right.
The thing is we're going to have to see the guys damage their trucks and be beyond repair before we finally start to trim the fat, as I said again, to get the creme de la creme up in the front to decide who's going to fight for a win, Jim.
It's funny you brought that up. I literally bit my tongue and didn't say that because I didn't want to be singling Zachary Groover out. I mean, I didn't. I didn't want to single him out because it's not just him. But I just didn't. So I didn't want to single him out, so I didn't say that. But yes. In most dirt racing, especially big events, they'll park you. If you're slowing the race down like that with cautions, they'll park you. They'll do it in even asphalt short track racing. If you're constantly spinning out there, they'll park you.
Yep. And by the way, I was referring to just the overall perspective.
No, I know you
not
are.
Just Brandon Groover, but anybody that continuously wrecked over and over again. Back underway, Monachek on the top shelf. Big lead. Austin Wagner keep trip right there as we're 5. Heath. Hamish, we're 5 to halfway. Keep an eye, by the way, on Heath, as I was going to say. He's trying to get back into the top 15. Heath Smith is climbing. Oh, go around Dakota Floyd. And it stacks everyone else behind them. Caution out again. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's going to thin out. I mean, it's just going to take a little while. Again, that was, that really wasn't on Floyd. He just got a little bit loose up there on the running the cushion up there, and somebody got into the back of him. To be honest, with this many cars on track, this is bound to happen. There's no room for these guys to spread out, really. It's just there's just such a high concentration of vehicles out there. It's tough, but it's still fun. And I don't want to lose sight of the fact that these guys are out here running these things tail pointing to the wind here. I love it. So, and Floyd is one of those fast guys. Floyd is one of those guys I think that has the skill to, to be up front and with potential to win this race. And he's been caught in a couple incidents now, and now he's back here in where all hell breaks loose, and there's several guys that we've seen that happen to. Man, staying up front in these things is so vital. It just keeps you out of so much trouble.
Well, you know, we've already seen a multitude of drivers getting caught up in this sort of midfield to the rear end of town. But we're no strangers, though, as well, to seeing tonight drivers at the front getting caught up in issues as well. I don't know if there's ultimately a safer place to be than another, unless you're P1 or you're P last. I think they're the only two safest positions on the whole track. Everyone else,
I'll take P1 as we go back to green.
You might as well, you know, if you can get a caution every so often, you just keep it up the front, then you can walk your way to a race win. As Lehman's got a good run here off of turn 2 onto the back stretch. With the 419 of Trip on the inside, they're all trying to slide round and hold on to positions as they can. We are three away from halfway in this race, Wesley, and the amount of dirt that's been slung tonight, it feels like we're playing in a sand pit with 5-year-olds who are just chucking it out everywhere and starting to build up some mounds of dirt either side of this circuit. But one thing we're also building up is a amount of cautions too. But as we've said, that'll all peter out as the race goes on and we lose more and more cars out there.
Well, Monachek's out there in a different
Another
area
thing,
right
gentlemen,
now.
that I want to also tell you guys about is we still see Joshua Monachek dominating with this thing. Look at this hornet's nest gaggle of traffic behind them with Lehman, Tripp, Nice, Wagner all fighting for that spot. 3 wide. Wagner, well, there's Lehman up in the wall. Open the door to Ryland Nice. All this going on. We're also, Jim, starting to see the track rubber up. And let me explain that to our audience as we're on the dirt here at Eldora. This is the best reference to let you know that the track is starting to harden. It becomes like a hard surface close to a pavement type. And now, with that blackening happening, now you're trying to determine whether you want to go high, whether you want to go low, find the best line, because the track is going to continue to rubber up lap after lap after lap. Got a trick at the bottom, in trouble inside. I believe it's the 45 machine there. And another yellow flag out again. But to add to that, though, Jim, the track's rubbering up. The track's going to get hardened, and it's going to make this race track really slick down the stretch. It's going to be as slick as ice.
That's the one thing that's a little different. When an asphalt track rubbers in, and you hear people talking about that, usually, unless it's extremely hot, the track gets the grip gets better. That is not the case on a dirt track. As you see the dirt track harden and black over like that, it becomes like he said, it's very slick, and you do not want to run there. So as you see right now, there's 2 grooves, and so you got the low line and you got that high line where you can run that cushion up there. But that you don't want your tires on that slick black part in the middle there. That is just death waiting to happen. Absolutely. I mean, just look at him slinging that truck around out there. Just the way it's sliding.
Yep. Building it up for Shores. By the way, we are up just after halfway, lap number 31.
I think we're getting
31,
to that point,
29
guys.
to go.
I think we're getting to that point where we're about to see enough attrition that we're going to start to see some green flag running. I really do believe that. But I tell you what, man, look at Keaton Tripp, man. That kid is everywhere. You know, he's up front at every race, and you got right behind him. You got Wagner there. Wagner there as well.
Pace truck will come onto the pit lane.
Yep, we go.
Ready to come back to green, ladies and gentlemen. Second half of the race. Lap 32 of 60. 28 remaining. 29 to go. As now, look at James Lehman running down Joshua Monachek and add Keaton Tripp to the mix. We might go 4 wide on Andrew Wagner's Toyota. We got another caution as soon as it was starting to get pretty darn good for the front spot. Hamish, another yellow flag presents itself on lap 32.
Well, I mean, you know, it's becoming a struggle now for these drivers, and for them to try and survive these moments and to try and survive this sort of onslaught of caution after caution, it's going to start playing on the mentality a little bit now, especially for those drivers in the midfield, Wesley, because they're wanting to try and fight their way forward or ease their way forward, and they're just not getting a chance to with a caution getting thrown every lap or so.
Well, there's probably two schools of thought on that. See what Wesley thinks about that. If I'm a guy that's got spun early, you know, and I'm trying to work my way back up from the front, actually from the back, what I want is I want about 2 or 3, 4 green flag laps, and then I want a caution. That way the field resets and the leaders don't get away from you, you know, because if this thing were to go 10 or 15, 20 laps green straight, you know, half this field's going to get lapped. I mean, almost instantly, you know.
Yep.
So,
and remember, when you're side by side on a restart, you're cutting off half the distance of what it would be if we were single file.
Right.
So
Right.
I totally agree with you, Jim. Make short sprints. Get up in front, launch.
Now, if
and
I'm
that
the guy
also
up
comes
front,
to the fact about tires.
if I'm Monachek or Lehman, let's go green the rest of the way. You know, or if I'm Tripp, you know, let's go green the rest of the way. But, yeah, if I'm in the back, give me 4 or 5 laps at most and then throw a caution.
Green. Keep an eye on James Lehman making his move on the inside. He is trying to become the first 2-time winner of the year. He won back at Vegas at the end of January. Working off turn 4. Look at these guys starting to rumble down into the corner. Now notice Joshua Monachek driving a different line than Lehman. Lehman really bounced off the wall there. And look at that different strategy there, Hamish. Watch the 83 of Andrew Wagner. He's driving completely different than anybody else. Hugging the bottom of the racetrack. And then you got a guy like Riley Laverne and Jared Wishon. They're banging off the boards. They're banging off the wall to try to rim rod the wall to get speed.
Oh, 17's around.
Well, we can see the different lines that have been run here.
Jared!
There goes the 17.
Caution's out. Yeah, that was unfortunate for him. He was working his way up. Let's see where. Oh, we got a second here. Let's see what he was. So he'd been up, started back obviously, and then he's kind of stayed up there in that top 10. You know, now he's in a rough spot now for sure. Back here in 33rd, man, that's going to be tough. But he's still got plenty of time. He just got to keep his nose clean, stay out of trouble. You know, he's got plenty. There's still plenty of time to work your way back up in this field if you've got, if you can keep your truck under control. The guy who can run the bottom right now is the guy who can make up spots. If you can run that low right against the wall in the bottom, if you can find some grip down there and your truck will run down there, because everybody is running up high and they're sliding all over in front of everybody and getting in each other's way up there. If you could turn it down on the bottom and keep it down there, you can make up some spots fast. Plus, it's half the distance around this track on the bottom versus the top. You know, it's literally a half a lap shorter around the bottom here.
Yeah, gotta love this place. Lights off of the pace truck. We're getting ready to go back for green, guys, with Joshua Monachek, James Lehman, couple of bow ties up in the top 3. Keaton Tripp, by the way, up 11 spots to 3rd. Andrew Wagner up 11 spots to 4th. And we're ready to watch these guys get ready for a restart. Coming back, there's the biggest movers of the race so far. Sanderson up 36 spots to 8th as they come in. Pace truck is in. Green flag. Under 25 to go. Here at Eldora there, Hamish, as we're back to green. And look at Joshua Monachek trying a different lane on the restart of the bottom.
Oh, he lost it. He got on that.
Lehman's found some speed on the top side. Yeah. Oh, he's bringing the fight there. He's taking the lead.
Yeah. The problem is they're both running right on the edge of that slick spot. Oh, he's into the wall. Yeah, that's going to slow him down. See, Monachek's trying to find that low line now. And if you go back here in the field a little bit, there's some guys down here running this low line. Look, I think we've got another caution coming out, though.
Here's Jackson Clark. Yeah, Jackson Clark's just gone round on the start, finished straight.
I think there was maybe more.
So yellow
before
flag's
that
out
even.
once again.
Let's see here.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Multiple trucks involved, guys. Jared Wishon, Christopher Poggy 25, Jack Watts, Rob Haynes, and then Jackson Clark delivered the final blow. There it is. Wow, they pile in.
Yeah, this you know, at this point, the frustration's
Like middle-aged
kicking in.
mums.
Here's your
from Black
chrome
Friday
dome right
style,
there,
just piled in
Jim.
there.
Yeah, no, I can't believe that truck's still out there, to be honest with you. The beating that thing's taking tonight, you know.
I mean, you watch them, Jim. They're piling in like,
Yeah. Well,
like
it's dirt racing, man.
like middle-aged women on Black Friday sales circa 2005. I mean, they just coming in looking fist forward, like trying to get the best deal, and they just wrecked each other.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, wow.
We need to get Hamish out there on the dirt track. He can race, you know, so he might take right to it. It'd be fun. To be honest, I don't do that well.
Find me a Pro 4 series, Jim.
Huh? Say it again.
Find me a Pro 4 series.
A Pro 4 series.
I love the Pro 4s, man.
Pro 4.
They're so
There you go.
good.
I would love to. If there's
I'm
somebody out
laughably
there,
chuckle in the background, laughing. And,
if there's somebody out there who races Pro 4s, I would contact us if you would like to get it broadcasted. I would love to do a Pro 4 series as well. As we've talked about, we want to do an IndyCar series. We want somebody who runs an IndyCar series to contact us. But I would also love to do a Pro 4, or even the ones that run like the Volkswagens and the Subarus and stuff. What's that called? Rally
the
cars?
Rallycross.
Yeah, Rallycross. That'd be fun too. Just something, you know. I love the different stuff.
It's the Rallycross, yeah.
back at her way, green flag. 22 laps to go. Boy, look at the clouds of just particles flying through the air. And as Backus, we're racing again, we're wrecking again. Caution, big wreck, Clark, Watts, Spain, Martin, Milfeld, all involved.
Yeah,
another yellow with 39
I think there's a
completed.
common name involved here that kind of kicked it off, I believe. That was the kickoff to it.
We could see then the pace truck went to pull over. The pace truck went to pull over. Watch it. He saw that he was around. He's like, oh, I'm back at there again.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's probably the highest paid guy on the track tonight. If he's getting paid by the lap he's working.
He's definitely done the most laps.
Yeah, his laps count.
Most laps.
He's getting paid by the flag.
Yeah.
If
he's getting paid by the lap, he's making.
He's probably done more laps.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely, he's done more laps.
Jim, can we see how many laps? Jim, can you show us the race info that shows us how many laps we've actually been under caution
Yeah, hold on.
for?
Let's see.
Because I'm interested to know how many drivers the pace truck has done more laps
14 cautions.
Okay.
So that's at least 28. At least 28 laps. Oh, 42 laps. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 42 laps. He's done more than the whole field.
The pace truck has done more laps
than the whole field.
Yeah. No, it's counting it wrong for pace laps because they don't count. But I would say he's definitely done more laps than Dakota Floyd, Chris Braley, Kyle Stewart, Sean Langdon, Charles Woods, William Kirk, and Bevan Glazer.
Trying to get 2/3 complete and move to the home stretch of this race. And it's just as fast as we go back to green, my God almighty, we're back under caution.
Yeah.
Maybe we have done 42 laps of cautions.
No, we have. I'm pretty sure we probably have.
Oh my God.
I mean,
that's counting the laps under caution, guys. So it's counting how many laps under the yellow flag that they've gone, and that is the amount.
Right. Because the reality is,
but technically, we
didn't even make a lap right there.
Put it back up again, Jim. Jim, put it back up again. What did it say? Put it back up on the bottom right. What did it say?
42. Oh, hold on.
The race summary.
Hold on, I'm trying. I hit the wrong button again.
Let's see here. Race summary. There it is. Okay, so 44 laps have been ran under caution.
Yes.
Not to count for
Right.
the 41 laps that have been ran under green flag conditions. So right now you've ran a total of 85 laps.
Yes. Yes, that's correct. I mean,
This man's making 40. This man is making $44 tonight if he's getting $1 a lap.
no, you're right. Which, you know, if I'm the pace guy, you know, I'm probably signing up for like $10 a lap or something. So he's making bank right now.
Oh yeah.
He's going to be able to buy a dirt car before this thing is over. Oh, let's,
He could at least buy a midget.
all right. So, all right. I'm just trying to. We've got multiple black flags out there. I don't even know what those are for. Get back green again. We got 20 laps to go. Let's put some green flag laps.
The incident
down,
points, maybe.
Maybe.
Do you have any incident points, maybe, Jim?
I don't
Back under
know.
I doubt they would give him an incident point limit.
At this point,
I
I wish
highly
they
doubt
would.
they'd give
I
him
like the
because it'd have
idea
to
of
be
running
real
the dirt
high.
race. I do. I like the idea of running the dirt race. But, and I say this not to make anybody mad out there at maximum velocity because I know they love me. I just don't. It's
You
crazy
do.
starting 43 trucks. I'm just being honest. I think you trim the fat. I think you lock in what you had 7, 14, 21, 28. Maybe take, start 24, lock in the top 5 from your heat races. Maybe have a consi. Do like the real dirt world does. Starting 43 trucks on this track tonight was absolutely crazy. And I mean, look at what it's turned out to be. I mean, we've seen some great highlights, but then as soon as the action really starts to pick up, Jim or Hamish, the caution comes out. Now we're trying to get to the
Well, I
end.
don't know that I would. I mean, I don't know. I honestly, I
I'd
think.
say I disagree.
Well, I'm going to say that I would rather see race control out there parking guys after they've been involved in multiple incidents. That I would rather see that. Let them start the field the size. That's fine. But let's pull the guys as they start having multiple incidents, and that's how you trim it out. Because,
I agree, but Jim, there's a reason why when they have 100+ entries at the World 100 at Eldora, they only start 26. I'm just being
I mean, I get that, yeah.
honest.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
14 to go, trying to get to the home stretch of this one. And Joshua
Well, let's keep
Monacek
bad-mouthing them. We're getting
in
green
his
flag
own
laps
world.
now.
Look at this guy. Finally.
Well, now you jinxed it right there. Keep bad-mouthing them.
I only took him 80 laps.
Hey, look at it. Yeah. I'm sure the race director has already pleaded with him and said, please, let's get at least 5 to 7 laps completed before another caution. Oh, they're banging off the boards now. Look at this. They know it's go time here, guys.
There's a caution.
And there it is.
You know
Like
what I'd
clockwork.
do, Wesley, if I was the race director right now? Just let him roll. We get to 10 to go. Oh, you guys have a wreck? Oh, sorry, we're not throwing a caution.
Yep, we're not throwing the caution no more, guys. Whatever happens at the end. Yep.
Well, there's my
How you going around there? Christopher Hagee's there.
my shiny pink chrome truck. I do like the shiny pink chrome truck. Hey, look up there. It's the shitty coolers truck. Greg Mall running in 10th. He's not having a shitty night. Coolers.
He is definitely having a shitty good time, isn't he? Look at the good run for him right there.
It is a good run. He's probably got a buttload of beers waiting to drink as soon as this thing's over to wash all this dirt out.
Let me get a beer when this thing is over, guys. What the?
So I'm looking here. Justin Michael, you remember he was up there, won one of the heat races. He's back up to 12th place. He spun and got all the way to the back earlier. He's working his way back up nicely, back up to 12th right now. Trying to see who's in here that can make a move. Lehman, he's down to 8th. He's moved back a little bit, but he's been up front all night. We're down to go time now, guys. We got basically 9 laps to go, I think, after this. So it's definitely go time.
Notice, I think the race director has made the discretion, guys, to make it single file. I believe we've made the decision now. We're not going to go double file anymore. We're going to go single file. This will hopefully make for a better restart when these guys come back for green here, Hamish.
Is that what they
Which is about to happen right now. I mean, you see it. They're single file.
Yeah, they've put it in the sim chat to try and clean it up a little bit, which I think is a good choice at this point of the race for sure. What it should do is it'll limit the amount of cars we're going to have side by side, obviously off this restart, which will hopefully limit the issues now they're having. But Keaton Tripp's going for the race lead on MotorCheck. We've got 10 laps to go here at Eldora. We've had a change for the lead into turn 1. Slide jump with the 419. Takes the race lead, but MotorCheck comes back at him as the caution's out again.
Spain here.
Another yellow flag. Watch this again, guys. Boy, just got
that's after.
Just a little punt there.
That almost seemed like it was after the caution came out, but maybe not.
A little tap there, man. I don't think. He actually almost turned right into the entrance of the pits there for Gordon Spain. Austin Baird, Gordon Spain. Watch it again on the replay.
I mean, he's all the way off the throttle there. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Again, I love the idea of a set number of incidents and they're pulled from the track. I think that is, that's probably would be favorable.
And for our audience, Jim,
yes,
that just saw that rolling machine with the spikes on it when
yes,
you showed the replay of the accident.
Yep.
That is what is called
There
a
it is.
sheep's foot.
Yep.
It drags on the back of a tractor, and that sheep's foot puts indentions into the track, which actually lets the water absorb into the dirt surface.
Correct.
There you go.
There you go. Ask for it.
Sheep's foot.
Ask
Sheep's
and
foot.
ye shall receive. That is indeed a sheep's foot. Yep.
I just thought somebody might have been in the chat and said, "What in the world is that rolling thing right there?"
Right. Well, that's what they do. Drivers that bring out more than 3 cautions, they put them under that, and they sheep's foot them. It's All right. Let's see. So where are we at now? We are going to be.
Or it's a torture device.
It could be.
Unity, I love it. Oh,
right.
It's like
we're gone. We're
60
green.
Shades of Play. 60 Shades of Play. Back underway, guys. Under 10 remaining at Eldora. Joshua Monacek, gentlemen, has been the guy since he got up in front, and he has not looked back. Look at this battle, though. As Keaton Trips trying to give him a fit.
He was looking for some grip down low, but
Scott
he pushed
Sanderson
up on him.
and Drew Wagner, they're closing in also.
Yeah, oh, man. He is flying, but he's trying to find some grip. Oh, he caught a groove up there. Oh, man, another
The
caution.
97 came down to the pit lane. I think he brought out the caution, guys. I think they threw the caution a little too prematurely. Austin Baird was really, really slow. He pulled into the pit. They threw the caution. Look at that. Wow, the leader, Joshua Monacek, about just slammed him on the bottom of the racetrack. Well, I see the reason now why they threw the yellow.
Yeah, I mean, it almost took the leader out.
Woo! 6 laps to go.
How would you like to have your race taken out, You run all the way
Because
up front,
of a lap truck.
and a lap truck's pulling into pits and crashes you on the track. Oh my goodness!
Like, man, I was in front, everything was fine, and all of a sudden, this slow vehicle come out of nowhere.
Well, I tell you what, let's see. I'm trying to see. Justin Michael has not moved up any. I thought these couple of little short, things could have been good for him. Justin Ritchie, again, stay here in 11th right now. Not really working his way up in these last few laps here. Lehman, he's moved up one spot from the last caution that we checked in on him. The guys that are really moving, the 83 there, Andrew Wagner, he was absolutely flying. And Sanderson, they were both absolutely hooked up on that last run. They were coming. It's going to be interesting to see here because I guess we're going to be 6 to go when we come back.
Pace truck in. Here they come, back to the line. 6 rolling. Keep an eye on Keaton Tripp. He is a man on a mission. Oh, the leader monitor hit the wall. Right, left front nose into the wall. Opens the door. What damage does Monotech have? As here comes now Keaton Tripp and Scott Sanderson. Look at their chops coming to 6 to go out of 4, Hamish.
And
They're really pushing it now, West.
Look at him on the bottom
line as well. Oh, massive slide job. Was that Sanderson? No, it was Wagner.
That was Wagner, yeah.
Damage on the left front, though, Guy. Monotech's truck coming to the line. 5 to go. Here's the half mile of Eldora. Look at Tripp down to the inside. Another truck way off the pace. It's now Sanderson goes after. 2 for 1. 4 to go at Eldora.
Ooh, Wagner's coming. Look at this top line up here. They're trying it, but I think the bottom is where it's at, but maybe not. I don't know.
3 trucks fighting for second. There's Joshua Monotech, his Chevrolet. Notice how he's changing his line, if you will.
Yep.
Hamish, he went from the top, he went to the middle, now he's on the bottom, now he's running the top. He is trying to find a way to break away from this draft. Yes, even though on the dirt, they're drafting at Eldora. 3, make it 2 to go when they come around this time by.
I think he likes the
he's
bottom.
He's just trying to find a groove.
No, I think he's got his groove. Bottom in 3 and 4, and the top in 1 and 2. Watch, he's going to take it right back to the top up here, and then he'll be right back down to the bottom in 3 and 4. I think he's found his line, and he is hooked up.
That is Eldora groove, if you will.
Yeah.
There's that battle behind them of Sanderson and Wagner. Meanwhile, finally, here they come to the line. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go. Oh, final time. Sanderson, can he get a run on the machine of Joshua Monotech? I don't think he will. Ladies and gentlemen, he wanted the dirt truck at Charlotte last year. This year, he wins here at Eldora. Joshua Monotech wins at the Big E.
What a race, man. When the green flag laps get going, this is so much fun, man. So much fun. I agree that a few tweaks should be made or whatever, but man, when they start going green and they're searching all over the place for a line at the end of one of these races, man, that is so much fun.
For Joshua Monotech, it is his 8th career start in Maximum Velocity Racing League. His now 3rd career win, 4th top 5, and 5th top 10 for the number 85 of Joshua Monotech. There he is. He's going to celebrate.
As he should. That was a hard-fought victory there. He did. I really worried when he clipped that wall at the restart there on the bottom. I thought that might have done him in, but he's doing a Polish victory lap.
Aids of the 1992 Wisconsin NASCAR Winston Cup champion,
Alan Kowicki. Yep. My son goes
Polish victory lap.
My son goes to Charlotte, and the Kowicki Foundation supports the motorsports engineering program at Charlotte. So that is, I got a lot of love in my heart. I loved Alan Kowicki anyway. By the way, he was the first engineer driver Like you know that
Right.
that was an engineer, and he brought more of an engineering approach to it from a driver's role. And of course, there's many of them now. Another obviously famous one was Ryan Newman, was also an engineer. But yeah, Koicki was the first one, and made the Polish victory lap famous. Look at all the guys lined up there. That's kind of cool, actually. They're all like sitting there while he's doing his burnout.
Watching Joshua Monacek burn it down on the clay here at Eldora.
Oh, there he is. There you go.
Right up under the flag stand.
up,
There you
baby.
go. That's how you do it.
There
Light
it
it up.
is.
I don't know. Yeah, there's a little bit of smoke.
Popped them tires, man. That's what I want to see. Oh, I love it. That's good stuff, man. I love dirt racing. All right. Well, let's get a look at these results here. I'm sure everybody by now has crossed the finish line.
By the way, Bailey Monacek in the chat box. Thank you, Bailey. She says, that's my husband! Exclamation point, exclamation point.
Yep.
Pull up in victory lane. There it is. The famed Eldora stage on the front straightaway. Joshua Monacek getting it done. Another dirt win. He's won at Charlotte. Now he wins at Eldora. And as I mentioned, when it's all said and done, it is his career win, third victory overall in maximum velocity. Hamish.
Third victory in 7 races.
Yep.
Clearly,
our fifth
clearly that old boy can drive. All right, let's see.
Kind of wish he'd done a burnout on the stage. Then that kind of would have been nice
awesome.
if he had to do a standing burnout. That would have been pretty cool.
Let's see. We'll pull this up. I want to see if I can throw some incident points up there. Just to see. I'm sure they don't really matter, but anyway.
You have no love.
What we thought.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we'll just put the car manufacturer up there. But I just thought it'd be funny to see if there was a bunch of incident points. All right, let's go through these results, guys.
Joshua Monacek's going to pick up the win, obviously, and as my colleague Hamish Monroe did say, he now becomes the 5th different winner in 5 races this season for the CNC Home Designs Truck Series for Maximum Velocity. Scott Sanderson will finish 2nd, Austin Wagner 3rd, Andrew Wagner 4th. Then it's going to be Keaton Tripp, Nathan Carroll, James Lehman, Rylan Neese, Justin Michael, Greg Mull there, Hamish, the top 10 when the checker fell here at Eldora in a race that took just about an hour and 20 seconds to complete.
Of course, then we had Ty Stanley in P11 in behind them as well. I'm just waiting for it to re-roll around so I can read it properly again. I've already dropped my timing.
Oh, you
I already closed it. That was my fault, so I shouldn't have closed. Yeah, that's my own fault. So Ty Stanley, Riley Laverne, Brandon Groover, Justin Ritchie, Parker Donaldson, the top 15, Rod Minton, Heath Smith, Kershawn Elliott. And I've been absolutely cut off.
Garrett Helllinger, your top 20. Then it's Tommy Cook, 21st. Christopher Howell, 22nd. Jack Watts, 23rd. Thomas Lee, 24th. Brad Slagle, 25th. Billy Bumgardner, who's got like a dirt track late model driver's name.
That
He'll
is
finish
a late
26th.
model driver's name if there ever was one. Billy Bumgardner.
Joshua Fracker, 27th. John Schallenbacher, 28th. Jackson Clark, 29th. And Austin Baird, the top 30. Not done. Christopher Hagee, Gordon Spain, Jordan Kynes, followed by Zachary Groover, Rob Haynes, Rob Martin, Michael Milkfelt, Chris Braley, Dakota Floyd, Kyle Stewart, top 40. And yes, we're not even finished there with Sean Langton, who really I thought could have been the guy to win the race in the 40. Charles Woods, Captain Kirk William, 43rd. Bentley Glazer, drivers that did not start but tried. Michael Kesselback and Kyle Cavish. 46 entries. We started 44 trucks, and when it's said and done, Joshua Monacek, the winner.
Whew, man.
There you go.
All right.
Woo!
Well, I don't even know if this is going to work. Oh, it did work.
And now post-race is coming up.
Yes, let's do it. All right, let's have some fun here. Let's drag somebody in. Let's have some fun. We had some dirt fun. Now let's have some real fun.
Let's bring in the winner. Joshua, congratulations, man. I got to ask you this question. Was Eldora more fun than Charlotte, and how different is the 2 tracks winning on?
Honestly, man, it was a fun race. I like Charlotte a lot better. Charlotte's probably what I have the most laps on. Um, it just races a little bit better for the trucks. The trucks don't really like it here the way that the banking is and the corners are real even, whereas Charlotte the corners are a little bit more pointy, and you can kind of get the car turned and run down off the corner. But I mean, really enjoyed it. Wish that we would have had a lot less cautions. Got really aggravating there for a little bit. But we make the best of it and we roll on from there.
So, congratulations. I love me some dirt racing, and as soon as we popped in the session today, I saw you testing that low line out around the wall, and I'm like, I didn't even know that you were the guy who had won at Charlotte at that time. But just seeing you work that really super low line down there, where there was still some actual like mud on the track down there, I knew then that you were going to be tough here tonight for sure. And then of course I found out you won at Charlotte. But yeah, man, this stuff's a lot of fun. I mean, I wish we had a way to weed out the cautions a little bit, like you said, but overall, man, you know what you've got 7 starts now, and you've got 3 victories in this series. Is that right?
If you count the heat win, yeah, 3 victories. All my wins are on dirt.
Oh, okay.
I've had possible good experience, good results. Had a top 10 last week. Qualified 6th and then had some hardware malfunction and ended up having to go to the tail. So not a bad week last week. Definitely a good rebound week.
Well, you had to be licking your chops waiting on this one.
Yeah. So, everybody knows me as the dirt guy. I grew up racing dirt in real life, raced open wheel modifieds, late models, and everything. So it's definitely home to be on dirt for me.
Right.
I actually was the one who created the setup that we raced tonight. I created the setup for Charlotte last year, with the help of James, of course. As far as the cautions go, I know that James has some stuff that he's working on that should aid with that for next season's dirt race. Really, really looking forward to that. Dirt is one of those really unique, racing facets where the track changes just exponentially much throughout the race, and I think that is I think that's the only thing that saved me in this race is just my experience with the changing track surface and that sort of thing. I wasn't the fastest in qualifying. We had the invert, so it put me to the tail of the heat. Ran good in the heat, and then the full reset on the track surface for the feature. I was honestly surprised that it took as long as it did to kind of wear in, but I really think that was due to the amount of cautions that we had.
Yeah, for sure. I noticed there the last 10, 15 laps or so, you really found, as Wesley said, you kind of found your Eldora line. You were running the low side in 3 and 4, and then the high side in 1 and 2, and you really seemed to get hooked up once you found that line. I mean, you kind of nobody really got close to you after you found your groove there.
Yeah, I think a lot of your typical asphalt drivers don't really think of tire wear and tire temps being a factor on dirt, but it's just as much of a factor on dirt as it is on asphalt. So a lot of guys they were pounding the boards both sides, and I don't think outside of maybe the first 6 or 8 laps, I don't think I got up against the outside wall in turn 3 and 4 at all, just because the way that the track wears in here at Eldora. That's the side of the track that gets the most sun as the sun goes down, and it tends to dry out, so there's not much of a cushion up there like there is in the top of 1 and 2. So ran the middle most of the race. When that middle started to go away, I ran there as long as I could, just to kind of keep the truck in a balanced state and not have my tires off cycle. But as soon as we had that restart with maybe 11, 12 to go, and Keaton trip, he threw a slider into 1 and 2, and then ran down to the bottom in 3 and 4, and he was actually able to get off the bottom better than I was the middle. That was kind of my go time signal. So it definitely helps to keep that in the back of your mind as you're going throughout the race. Of it's difficult when you're running out front because you're in front, so it feels like you have the best line. But in the trucks we have the benefit of having a mirror. So a lot of the time when I'm out front by myself, I'm watching the mirror half of the lap, watching the lines that the guys behind me are running, seeing how they're battling, what kind of driving the guys are doing, and that sort of thing. So a lot of factors go into it. I think if it was based off of just outright pace, I don't think we'd be sitting here on the podium. So,
Well, I might disagree with that, but we'll leave that for another day. I think you probably would be. You did a great job tonight. You clearly, understand dirt racing. The insight that you bring there with the, one turn drying because of the sunlight as the sun sets and all those things. That's a guy who's done this, in real life and obviously watches a lot of dirt racing and understands it. Which that's super cool to share that insight with people here watching the broadcast. So, again, congratulations, great job. Thank you for sharing that with us. And before we let you go ahead and shout out to your sponsors. Anybody you want to thank?
yeah, I mean, as always, a huge shout out to our whole team. Nathan Carroll brought me on this year. As a full-time driver, and really appreciate him giving me the opportunity. I think Max V was something that I wasn't originally planning to run full-time, and him bringing this to the table really gave me an excuse to have to run it full-time. So huge shout out to Nathan and our whole team lined up there on the front stretch at the end. Brad, Parker, Tommy, CJ, Krishan Elliott, all the guys there. Huge shout out to James for putting this league on and putting up with us. I know he was frustrated tonight with the amount of cautions and such, but he works hard for it, and we definitely appreciate what he does. Shout out to my wife as always. She typically always watches the broadcasts. My parents as well usually watch, so shout out to them.
For you out there.
That's right. Hey, she did the real life racing too, and she was always there. So I mean, she's
cool.
she's a stickler for it. So
all right, buddy. Well, I appreciate it, and like I said, congratulations again. And now I want to see you show all these asphalt boys that a dirt tractor can win an asphalt race too. So I look to talk to you again before the season's over. All right.
Sounds good. We'll do our best.
All right, buddy.
It's Joshua Bonacek, everybody. And as I mentioned, he'll celebrate his third career win in 8 starts, counting tonight here at Eldora. Let's grab down second place, and it is Scott Sanderson. Scott Sanderson of the number 61 machine. Crazy race, very exciting, interesting at the end. The strategy when it was the right time to climb and finish in second. Sir, your take of Eldora.
That was quite the pacing fest. It was pretty challenging to get through everybody, and you had to be good on restarts. That was the key, and kind of got a good draw there for the first 5 or 6 restarts. I kept drawing the inside lane, and I was able to just dive down to the bottom, and I was picking about 5 cars off a caution, it seemed like, there for the most part, and cards kind of fell in my favor in a lot of situations. Didn't in the heat race, kind of got the short end of the stick there, but made it work in the feature.
Go ahead, Wesley.
Amos, you got anything, buddy?
No, I think it was obviously a tough race for a lot of drivers. Austin, you did well to keep it up the front and nice and tidy up there as well. obviously back to the tarmac for the next time out when we get to go racing once again. How ready are you to get back onto tarmac and back onto some nice flat road to go running on when we're out at Chicagoland next week for round 6?
Chicagoland. Well, if my little son will let me step away and he's in a good mood for the wife and all that, I'll be looking forward to Chicagoland pretty good. That's my home track, and got a lot of laps around there, and I think we'll be able to get some pretty good finishes there for the little group that we've got, and it's just a matter of adjusting to this new aero package that I'm still learning. I've only had iRacing back for 4 months, and it's a lot different than when I got the championship here at Max Velocity like 10 years ago or so. So it's going to be quite the adjustment, but I think we can still muster out a pretty good finish. Just got to keep the truck clean, and we'll make it happen.
Hey, Scott, before we let you go, man, you got any sponsors? Anybody you want to thank? Obviously, second place here at Eldora tonight.
Well, got to thank Armed Forces, and I kind of got a very basic paint scheme back from, I think it was one of the last paint schemes I ran with here at Max Velocity. So got to thank all the Armed Forces and everybody that keeps us safe, allowing us to do the things that we do around our home and stuff like that without having to worry about any threats and things like that. So just hats off to them, and got to thank them the most.
Awesome. Thanks to our military. Thanks for all that they do for our country, no doubt about it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the thoughts of the driver, Mr. Scott Sanderson. Again, started 44th, by the way. Started 44th.
Yes.
And when it is said and done, this guy climbs all the way to the number 2 position when this race ends for the driver there in that number 61 machine. Obviously, again, the driver of Scott Sanderson. Let's grab now the driver that finishes in 3rd. And that is Austin Wagner. Austin, your take of this race, surviving Eldora and coming up with a podium. Another strong run for you. What's your take? Because I think a lot of people were cheering on Team 419 tonight.
Yeah, it was a fun race in the second half whenever we finally got single file. The first half of the race was kind of a survival. It really helped to start on P1 there. But yeah, whenever we switched to single file, that's whenever me and Andrew and Keaton and Rylan all knew, like, this is going to be the actual race here. So whenever we all need to start going at it. And the second half was a lot of fun. The first half was a little hard, but just happy to survive and happy to finally be able to finish a race in MVRL. The last couple have been DNF, so it's good to get back up on the podium and start gaining some more points here towards the championship, and hopefully we can continue that over to next week at Chicagoland.
Yep, congratulations, man. I just wanted to tell you congratulations. You guys were strong all night. You started up front. You stayed up front. You kept your truck out of trouble, which was the key here for most of the night. So, and you guys have been super strong all season. I have no doubt that we'll be talking to you again for sure. You guys are in contention week in and week out. Really strong team, obviously. So yeah, congratulations. I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon. If you got any, I'm sure you want to shout out your sponsors. We've heard them before around here. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, shout out NASCARsurvivor.com. It's the easiest place to play NASCAR fantasy, and just because the NASCAR season started already, it won't stop you from creating a league of with all your friends, and you can still create survivor leagues, one and done leagues, whatever you want. There's still the $100 challenge going on, so sign up for free, create a league for free, have a chance at $100 for free. Tell your friends, family, coworkers. Shout out NASCARsurvivor.com, and then shout out to the rest of 419 Motorsports. Andrew finally got to make his debut in the league. Rylan, Keaton. Shout out to the drivers here in the league for keeping it clean at the end, at least. And thank you guys for putting on the show and everyone running the league.
you go. Austin Wagner, everybody. By the way, 4th career start for Maximum Velocity for him. He has no wins, but now he can add 2 top 5s and 2 top 10s to his resume for the man in that number 42. Well, that's going to wrap it up for tonight on Motormouth Broadcasting coverage. And now there are 5 winners and 5 races. Round number 6 next week, as we mentioned, coming up. And Hamish, your final take of tonight, and ready to get back on the regular pavement surface for the series. I think a lot of these guys will agree with what you asked one of those drivers there, and ready to put Eldora in the rearview mirror, but certainly it was an exciting one.
It was an exciting one. I think obviously a couple of screws maybe need to be tightened in terms of formatting and how they go about dirt racing again. Whether that's they allow 43 trucks to run on a short dirt oval again or not. That's obviously up to the league's discretion to figure out if that's what they wish to do. But going into Chicagoland next week, it's going to be an interesting race. It's going to be a tough race as well. Compared to what we've raced on previously this season, the closest one we've had is probably Vegas Motor Speedway or Miami maybe. I suppose it's almost a combo of the both, being that it's a tri-oval, but it's a lot flatter. There's less banking on it. It's progressive banking.
Worn surface.
Yeah, it's real worn surface. So, I think for Chicagoland, that's going to be it'll be a tough race, but I suspect it's going to be a relatively clean race. The week after Rockingham, that's going to be. We could see some cautions that night, Wesley, out at Rockingham. It's bumpy, it's old. I don't even think Rockingham exists anymore at this point. I'm not 100% sure, but
it still exists.
Oh no,
yeah, Rockingham
still exists.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's fine then. I mean, we got an interesting couple of weeks coming up. Obviously, next 5 weeks, Chicagoland next week, Rockingham, then to Bristol, and then Kansas Motor Speedway, and then we head to Sonoma for road course racing at the Sonoma Cup circuit. So, next 5 races are going to be absolutely huge, and then that takes us into April where we'll have the final 5 rounds. Charlotte Motor Speedway, Nashville, Lucas Oil Raceway Park, Pocono, and Indianola at Michigan before the chase begins. So it's going to be a good end to this regular point of the season, but the next third of this season is going to be an interesting one with some different track types. 1.5 mile circuits of Chicagoland and Kansas, very similar. Rockingham's got its own features. Bristol, obviously, a short track that's going to be tough, and then Sonoma with the road course as well. So it's an exciting time to be involved with MVRL. And what I would recommend to anyone out there is hit the like button and subscribe to the bell icon too, so you're notified when we're actually going racing with this series, because the next 5 weeks are going to be absolutely mega.
That's right.
There you go.
And we got plenty of good stuff on the channel as well.
That's right.
Yeah, I was going to say that, guys. Don't forget that like, subscribe, and hit that bell to keep up with all the great content that is on Motor Mouth Broadcasting. As always, they have always got something buzzing every day of the week, it seems like.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's pavement, whether it's dirt, whether it's everything from late models to trucks to cup and more. A lot of great things coming up, including a draft. Something I've never done before. I'm going to be kind of like the virtual Roger Goodell of the I2I Motorsports League.
Are you going to host a draft?
I am hosting the draft. I think you're producing. Me and Trey Grabber are doing that.
No,
on Monday night.
Trey's running the production on that, not me.
Well, there you go. I guess it's me and Trey then.
Yeah, you and Trey, y'all are in. Yeah, it's going to be fun. They're doing a little NASCAR draft for teams, and that should be interesting. A little different twist over there for the upcoming Xfinity series. They race on Saturday nights here on the channel, and the draft. I might tell them I'm probably going to tune in. Oh no, I'm not. Never mind. I won't be tuning in Saturday night. That's my anniversary date night.
Anniversary, Mardi Gras. I mean, you're always on the move, Jim. Seriously.
I am always on the move. Believe me, my old body tells me every day that I'm always on the move. So there's that.
Oh, Well, listen, we're going to part ways for now. We call it Motor Mouth Broadcasting for a reason, right? We're all Motor Mouths in the broadcast booth. Thanks, as always, to Mr. Jim Cunningham hitting the buttons. We had some technical issues, but I think we worked our way best around it. And we thank our audience out there in the virtual world. Thank you, as always, to everybody with, of course, Maximum Velocity. And good night from the virtual Eldora Speedway. Joshua Monachek winning Charlotte. Does it again, wins Eldora. We'll see you next week, as everybody, I think, will be glad that we'll be back on the pavement at Chicagoland. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good evening, and thanks for watching.